Hi, and welcome to PG6Ness channel. Um, I want to do a quick video on kind of my current go-to-war rig, or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a minimalist setup. It's designed to be kind of a three-part system, uh, with all this shit being the first part, a backpack being the third part, and then a slick plate carrier underneath it all as the third part. To be honest, I don't even have a plate carrier right now, and I don't really care to have one. The times I would wear plates are so few and far between. I honestly just don't even really give a shit, to be honest. And you can have that discussion in the comments if you want, but I'm just not an armor fan for myself. I could make a whole video on that. Let's go on. First off, Peltors. These are the new Bluetooth ones. These are like the tactical 500s. They're awesome. I like the Bluetooth because I can play music on them or whatever while I'm at the range, or take a phone call, or eventually if I get my radio setup updated, I can have wireless comms integration, which would be awesome. Next off, pistol, which I showed off in a video the other day. This light is going bye-bye. I don't recommend these. I'm trying to get Surefire to just trade me out for an X300 so that I can use this Blackhawk Omnivore I have. It sort of works with the XT1, but it's not really meant to. It doesn't lock in. Anyway, with the Surefire X300, this takes any pistol that it can mount to, pretty much. Up to and including my ridiculous Glock. Which, by the way, check out the Instagram pictures and footage and shit of the first targets from this thing. Are insane. I mean, I've been making fun of this thing ever since I got it. Even before then, really. About how, stupid it was to have a fucking comp and a red dot on a fucking gun. I was wrong. It's kind of awesome. That's the most accurate pistol in my hands I've ever owned. It shoots, like about a 2-inch group, maybe 1.5-inch group at 20 yards. Without trying. That's just like, I was just trying to see where it was hitting. Wasn't being like super accurate or anything. Like, that was just standing at 20 yards, putting the dot on the target and squeezing the fuck out of the trigger. So I would imagine in more capable hands, it could probably do better than that. Anyway, I really like this holster with this setup, at least, because I took the paddle, which I normally hate. I ground off this second piece of shit down here. It's like a hook that makes it impossible to get on and off. These hooks on the inside, in my opinion, are the ones you need. The one here is superfluous because you're pushing down on the holster to draw the gun. I cannot foresee a situation where I would need that hook, and that hook is just a bitch. It's a pain in the ass. With it set up like this, I can quickly pull it out of a bag, put it on my hip, and it doesn't come off. And then when I go to take it off, it's only a mild pain in the ass instead of an extreme pain in the ass. And if I switch pistols down the road, I'll always have an X300, so, it'll always work. Unless I get something really crazy, like a Glock 17L does not fit in that holster. Handful of other guns, just basically if they're too fucking long. Next thing, also in that other video I did my favorite weapons, is the Continue Mission Fuck the World MACV SOG knife that I had made. This is 100% custom. You can't get this anywhere. Like, he could probably make you one, maybe. It's CM FTW knives on YouTube or at Big Kitty Fuck the World on Instagram. Fuck the World is FTW, by the way, so it's Big Kitty FTW. I like that knife because it's, you know, easy to carry, effective. It's kind of a fighting utility knife. And the way he sets up his blades are carried at this downward angle off your belt. I can't carry one strong side because I have a gun there, and it gets in the way. So I set mine up to do left-handed, and I love it. You can use it regularly too, but I've never really found a comfortable way to carry a knife like this on me, and the CM carry method really does it. That's what he calls this angled bullshit. So I'm a big fan. The AR-15, it's a Spikes build of mine. Go watch my favorite weapons video if you want to know more about it. I'm going to do a whole video just on that gun and just on this gun later. But for now, no, that's the gun I run and I love it. It has a Surefire M600 up there, Aimpoint T1, and a EOTech magnifier. That may be changing on the road. I'm kind of thinking about switching all my fucking optics to Holosuns because I bought one of those and it's the tits. I mean, like, for 160 bucks, you're getting an optic that's Aimpoint quality. And I have a whole video that's in the editing bullshit right now about magnifiers. It's only one quick cut, but I just haven't had the time to do it yet. It's about a 13-minute video, I think. Spoiler alert, I'm not a fan of magnifiers. That one's still on that gun, so I don't fucking lose it. They aren't as useful as they are heavy. So let's get that out of the way too. So now the rig itself. First off, shit that's clipped to it that wouldn't be. That's for storage, basically. That's a little D-ring carabiner thing. I'm not sure exactly what that, who makes that or whatever it is. Is what it is. I got it at some tactical shop. It didn't come with the rig though. It matches quite well though. This is a set of pace beads. If you don't know what these are, you measure out your step and how far it is, and figure it's gonna be pretty close to a meter, right? Unless you're, you know, crazy. But you figure out how big of a step you have to take to basically be stepping a meter with every step. And then every 100 steps, you take one of these lower beads and move it to the top. Okay? You do that once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. And the 10th time, you move one of these up here. That means that you walked a kilometer. Then you move all the beads back to the bottom and do it again. So this does 5 kilometers basically. A little less than. Should probably add a 5th bead at the top. I only put 4, but it would make me happy if there were 5 because I'm that anal. Anyway, that's what that's for. It allows you to count off how far you've gone. And it's free. Literally, this is a piece of 550 cord and 13 eyelets that I had in my Kydex shit that I used as beads. You could use anything you want. I like the eyelets because they're metal, they grip, and you're not going to break them, and they stick where you put them. Next, the gloves. These are the pig gloves from SKD Tactical. These are the gray ones. I like gray. It's probably something we should talk about. Let's finish the gloves first. These are the best shooting gloves on the market. They aren't good for cold weather or anything like that, but touching hot things with bare hands sucks. and these have a lot of dexterity in the fingers. No glove is great for shooting pistols, but you can definitely shoot your rifle with those without a problem. So, gray. Why the gray guns? Why the gray gear? I like the color gray. It's kind of my own weirdness. It's just my thing. I am not out in the countryside. I am in the city, so I think wearing multicam makes you stick out like a sore thumb. So I plan on wearing jeans and a t-shirt with this shit, and as such, I think gray goes well with that. Okay. I hate FDE. I just think it looks bad, and everybody does it. The gray makes my shit kind of stand out and look cool, I think. The AR-15, I did Battleship Gray spray paint, and then I beat the shit out of it since, so it's got kind of a cool scarred up look to it. And I'd say, well, the gray will blend into the concrete, but around here, it's like a very heavily forested city, I would say. It's usually pretty green or pretty brown in this town. But there is a lot of concrete. So there is that. But it's more to the fact that I generally speaking wear blue jeans and a gray, blue, or black t-shirt. You know, maybe with something on it, like right now it's Star Wars. Okay. But that's in general what I wear. So planning with that, gray. Plus, if you're going to wear a rig under a jacket, sort of concealed in a crowd, maybe with a gun in a case, you know, if we're doing some clandestine shit, I think gray is a better color than tan or multicam. Anyway, radios. This is clipped on here simply to have it not flopping around. I need to get like a one thing of Molly stitched on up here so that I can mount this up there so I don't have to do that anymore. But I can't sew. I don't have a sewing machine. I can sew. I choose not to. It's a pain in the ass. I don't have a sewing machine, and I'm lazy, so I haven't done that yet. So I kind of figure I'll clip that to a t-shirt or whatever. The radio itself is in a frag pocket from Blue Force Gear, and it is a Baofeng, however you want to say it, UV5R with a lapel mic. It's a great radio. I think that whole setup was less than $40 if I remember right. I bought it so long ago I can't even remember. I actually need to buy some new ones. I only got 2 left. I started out with like 4 of those fuckers. So we used them heavily for a bunch of different shit, and I've had casualties along the way. One got killed in the flood. One got killed by loaning it to other people. But in general, I highly recommend this shit. But like with anything electronics wise, they're breakable. I would have more than one. Plus, there's no guarantee other people will have these. So if you're going to buy one, I would buy 2, 3, 4 of them. Now, why this over a walkie-talkie or whatever? That's a good question. Walkie-talkies use FRS radio signals at very low power. They have a range of, they say a mile. In reality, it's more like 500 to 1,000 yards, maybe as much as a half a mile. Okay? With this piece of shit antenna, this thing has a range of probably more like 2 miles. With a better antenna on it, which only costs like 10 or 12 bucks, I still need to buy, it's more like 5 miles. Okay? The power difference between these and the little FRS radios, even on FRS frequencies, is crazy. Now I know what you're going to say. Peter 6 Nut, that's a ham radio. You have to have a ham license to do that. I don't ever hardly use these. And when I do, I don't give a fuck about ham licenses. So, fuck off. When the FCC shows up and says, no, don't do that, I'll stop doing it. Until that happens, fuck them. It's kind of my feelings on it. I'm sure Haas Nossi has some interesting feelings on that. he's a little bit more into the radio thing than I am, and my view on this thing is that if I'm using it, people are probably either dying or we're out in the country fucking around and no one cares. The frequencies I usually set my radio to are, what are they? It's like GRS or MGRS or something like that. It's frequencies no one ever uses for communications. They're like for industrial heavy equipment that uses radio signals to control it or whatever. And when we're out